It's the 202.
It's the 202. It's the 202.
It's the 202.
This is how we do when we party in the 202.
It's the 202.
Hello everyone, coming straight to you on the 202. Have we got a treat for you? And I only have to mention these words: Parliment-Funkadelic, P-Funk, and the Mothership. And you know exactly who we're talking about.
Yes, indeed, Ferman, the godfather of funk, George Clinton, the man behind the P-Funk phenomenon, and one of the most eccentric and trailblazing artists in music history is right here.
And with him, of course, is a Parliment-Funkadelic band. So hold on, folks, because as the song says, somebody's about to tear the roof off the sucker. And it's all happening right here on the 202. And welcome to the 202. I'm Ferman Patterson, here with my lovely co-host and fellow Funketeer, Michel Wright.
Thank you, Ferman. And we want to say hey to DJ Sid doing her thing over there on the turntable. Sid!
That's right. Fantastic. Well, listen, ever since we mentioned that George Clinton was coming on the 202, everyone, staff, show guests, family, and friends have all been gushing about what a legend he is, about the Parliment-Funkadelic concerts, and how he changed music.
Yes, that's because Rock and Roll Hall of Famer George Clinton and Parliment-Funkadelic have a very rich and deep history in D.C., and his influence in the music world continues today.
Sir, thank you so much for coming.
Amazing.
It's good to see y'all again. How y'all been?
Awesome
We're just
to
fine
see
now.
you.
Good. It's good to be here again. We're on the road. We're doing the Mardi Gras tour. We're having big fun.
Mardi Gras tour. Why do you call it Mardi Gras?
Because it's a party all the time.
All the time.
And everything is permissible.
Uh-oh.
You know, yeah, they have to pull a plug on us. You know, we have a ball. So that's what's happening now.
We love it that you're still going, and we feel like you're a part of our family. At least I feel like you're part of mine. You have influenced my life in so many ways.
But if you was around D.C. for any amount of time, I know we got to be some influence.
Absolutely.
Because that influenced us, you know, from back in the I Want to Testify days to Chocolate City.
Chocolate City.
And, of course, the Mothership. You know, when we landed at the Capitol Center, it was always the place to be.
And I heard about that.
Yes.
You heard about that
Yeah,
too,
I heard
right?
about
You go to Smithsonian now, and it's still there looking good.
Yes.
That's right. All the way from those concerts in those days to,
Yes.
to here in the Smithsonian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know it must have been a party.
It must have been a party. And that was before, you know, all the technology what everybody's doing today in productions. You were doing that back then.
Oh, yeah, we was always ahead of our time with that when it came to that technology. We had a spaceship.
Wow.
We could fly around. We had our own computers going on.
Mr. George Clinton, I'm just amazed at your mind, that you come up with all this stuff. I mean,
Well, that's another story.
no story that you want to share?
No, you don't even want to. You get the book right there. That'll tell you all those juicy stories.
The book. Tell us about the book, first of all.
It's Brothers Be Yo like George.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Ain't that funkin' kind of hard on you? This is what people been asking me. You've been doing this so long. I say, I was hard when I started. I'll be hard when I get through.
Oh.
You know, and that's the way I feel. That's about my life from the very beginning, listening to Frankie Lyman and all of that in
Not
the 50s.
Frankie Lyman.
Oh, yeah, I go
Wow.
way back there, right through the Motown days, and then right to when we went out of our minds into the Free Your Mind, Your Ass Will Follow days, the psychedelic era, and became Parliament and Funkadelic.
Oh.
And then into the 70s, when Bootsy came along, he brought Fred Wesley and Maceo Parker.
Yes, sir.
Then we had the James Brown influence from them, and of course that was the Mothership connection. Then we came to Chocolate City, and we saw One Nation Under a Groove, and we left them doing the dog.
Whoa. You sparked our creativity, and you kind of, pushed us to the edge sometimes. I have to share with you this story. There was a song on one of the albums, all expletives. and you can't say the name of that. Something. Get off your something and jam.
Yeah.
And I recall when my parents would leave the house, me and my siblings would go to the basement and put that song on the turntable and we'd sing and yell, you know, getting away with you know, something that we're like, oh my goodness. But, you know, that kind of encouraged us to go ahead and push the envelope.
You can see where hip-hop got it from.
Yes.
You know, and before us, you know, in the early 50s, when I was a kid, they used to call it race music.
Race music, okay.
And it was the same thing. It was just funky R&B, funky as you could get, wallow in it. Wow. You know, that, and we just decided to bring it back after, you know, the Motown made everything slick and cool. We did that. But we weren't the Temptations, so we had to find our own niche.
That's right.
We got some diapers.
Was there ever a time where you felt, this is too far, like, no?
No. I mean, we got a spaceship. We wanted to go so far that everybody said, where did they go?
Yeah.
You know, we had to wait for them. You know, after we did Atomic Dog, we sat back and wait for them to start sampling. Then we could see, okay, here come the clones. You know, and then we realized we had to slow down some, because instead of those long songs we made, they was doing Snapchats, and you know, so they wanted just a sample, loop it, and that became so we started sampling ourselves.
Oh, you sampled your own self.
Yeah, when we saw them getting away with it.
Yes.
We sample them back.
That's what's so amazing is that still today artists are taking, I won't say stealing from you, but taking from that sound, what you
They have to
created.
get permission.
I'm glad they did, because it kept funk alive till we were able to reinvent ourselves. To, you know, we came out with the album Shake the Gates last year.
Yes.
And we're on the road like we were when we had the mothership now.
Wow.
You know, around the world. We just left Hong Kong, Tokyo, you know.
Spreading the funk.
And everybody's funking.
Everybody is funking.
You got to set tripping.
Oh, I love it. And so much to talk to you about. I mean, I know we're going to get some more time with you.
Oh, definitely.
But even your grandkids are with you. I love that when I walked in the lobby this morning, your granddaughter remembered me. And I'm like, oh, my goodness, I can't wait to see Mr. Clinton again.
Yeah, I got some of the family here now. There's my granddaughter and my daughter and the band. You know, the band members, they said if they're ready to look at mad, talking about that's funk. See that look on their face.
And we want to meet them all.
Yes,
but,
we will.
But stay put, because coming up, more on the man, the music, and the mothership in D.C.
Music lesson, music legend George Clinton and Parliment-Funkadelic will be right back on the 202, so don't you go away.
The Mothership Connection, the home of the P-Funk, the bomb. I bet your memory bank don't forget this, Paul.
It's the 202. It's the 202.
It's the 202. It's the 202.
It's the 202.
And welcome back to the 202. That's DJ Sid on the turntable.
And back with us is the mastermind behind the bands Parliment and Funkadelic, and one of the foremost innovators of funk music, George Clinton. Love having you here.
It's good to be here, too. Like I said, I've been de-fleed, de-ticked. I got my rabies shot, and I'm ready to bury the bone. That's the dog in me.
All right.
Mr. Clinton, you are not a Q, are you?
I'm honorary.
Honorary?
Yeah, you know,
wow.
I can't step like that. I can.
The Omegas High Five Brothers. Wow.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
They the dogs for real.
Yes.
Now, I want to ask you about something. Parliment-Funkadelic, over the years, there have been scores of people filling out those names. How many people over the years have been in those bands?
Wow. 75.
75?
You know, you would have to say Parliment-Funkadelic and Bootsy.
Okay.
Because it was, at one time, it was all of us.
Okay.
And it was like, you know, you had Bootsy had horns and we had horns. So it ended up being around 50 to 60 then. Then people that came in and out of the brides, the parlette, you know, the horny horns and P-Funk horns. And it was good, about 100.
What?
Wow, man.
That's a lot of people to get paid.
But not at one time. Not at one time. About 60 at one time. That was
60 at one time?
During the mothership tour, yeah, it was more than 100 because we had a road crew that was unbelievable.
Wow.
Now, Michelle and I like to brag about D.C., but you have a fondness yourself for the city.
Oh, Chocolate City, that made us. I mean, when we came out with Testified, it was this whole eastern seaboard, you know. In Baltimore, Washington, when you got your record on the radio station in Baltimore, Washington, you was into it.
Oh,
You know,
wow.
you was funking for real. It was like that in the doo-wop days, you know, the Howard Theater when the Temptations and all. It was always like that. So by the time we got to, you know, Make My Funk the P-Funk and all of that, we knew Washington like the back of our hand.
Oh, that's awesome.
You know, matter of fact, I imitated the DJs once the DJs weren't able to play as much records as they wanted to, and they had to started doing 5 records with no title.
Yes.
We became the DJs.
Oh,
W-E-F-U-N-K.
That's right. We funk.
We started doing it for
Whoa.
ourselves because they had taken that off the air. You know, I remember WOOK, W-L, and all, and they used to be the party people at those stations.
Oh, my goodness.
When
that's
that was
history.
missing, you know, it wasn't no fun. That was, I mean, we made our own radio station.
Wow, Mr. Clinton, do you remember any places in D.C. that you like to come often? Certain places, any businesses? Like, did you get the chili dogs and bands and things like that?
Yeah, we was all up and down Florida. You
Oh,
know.
Florida Avenue?
Yeah, we was always up and down there, whatever was going on. We was, you know, D.C. was it.
Yes.
You know, but the radio station was the main thing. You know, we did WOOK,
Yes.
W-O-L, SID.
UST.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it was always about promoting the records.
Yeah.
That's what it was about.
Yeah.
You mentioned the Howard, and I understand that you have a fondness for the Howard Theater, and you were actually involved once in making sure that the Howard didn't die.
When it reopened, yeah.
Yeah.
We did the same thing at the Howard. We did the same thing at the Apollo. When they was trying to close it down, we played 3 weeks to keep it open. James Brown did 2 weeks, and Bob Marley did a week. That's how the Apollo stayed open. Then we came here. This happened been what 6 years ago.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
We reopened the Howard. You know, that was a landmark. You know, you have to. We wish we could have did it in Philly at the Uptown, but that was what we used to call the Chitlin Circuit.
Chitlin Circuit, Chitlin Circuit. You got a lot further than that. But I want to know what it's like touring, performing with your granddaughter.
My granddaughters, grandsons, son, daughter, and it's the best thing you could possibly imagine. Somebody that close taking up where you know, they've watched it all their lives.
Yes.
So now they each want to do their own thing. Some heavy metal, some like rap, some like R&B, but they all like funk. So, and along with the band members that's been there since, you know, I have, we put them together. We got a brand new show going on now.
Jeez.
You know, so
And they can identify with you because they wore diapers back then too, and you
Yeah.
were wearing
Yeah.
diapers in the show.
yeah, they were hardly out of diapers, and I still had diapers on. So they've seen all that and watched, you know, as they grew up.
Yes.
They had their own influences, but they're now beginning to say, wow, you was doing something pretty all right. It's still happening.
Yes.
You know, and it's, I feel good, you know, being able to do it with them and still maintain the integrity of the band.
Wow. Awesome. Are there any things that you're learning from your grandkids? And
Oh, there's some always new music coming on to get on your nerve. But
gets on your nerves.
If you get on your nerve, you know that's going to be the next music. So you just have to put up with it till you learn what it's about. So they keep me up on, I got to get used to this. And then once you pay attention, yeah, that's what's happening.
Wow.
You better get used to it or you be out the pasture.
That's right.
You know, so
Yeah.
they keep me up on whatever it is.
Finally, one thing, you coined that phrase, a chocolate city, which is still being talked about today, still being mentioned today. Did you
chocolate
think
city.
back then?
They used to call it the White House. That was a temporary condition. But we know it's still there. It's got funk in there now. Ain't gonna never go nowhere. I don't care who in there. They left their imprint in there.
Man.
So it's still a soulful place.
Yeah.
Wow, and you've left such an imprint on culture, on music, again, on our lives. We thank
Well,
you
like
so
I say,
much.
go to the Smithsonian.
Yes.
For the people that missed it, go up there and take a look at the mothership.
All right. Well, we've been talking, but I know folks are wondering. I'm waiting for him to tear the roof off the sucker.
Oh yeah, well, we're gonna make some noise in here.
All
All
right.
right, when we come back, more with George Clinton and Parliment-Funkadelic as they prepare to tear the roof off this sucker.
So stay right where you are. We'll be right back with 202 after this.
It's the 202. It's the 202.
It's the 202. It's the 202.
It's the 202.
Welcome back to the 202. As we promised, it's showtime with the only man with the power to put one nation under a groove.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again on the soundstage in Studio A, George Clinton and Parliment-Funkadelic.
Oh, y'all, let's tear the roof off. Are you ready? Are you ready? You got a real type of thing going down, get down. There's a whole lot of rhythm going round. I want to hear y'all say it. You got a real type of thing going down, get down. There's a whole lot of rhythm going round. Put your hands up. We want the funk. What? Hands up the funk. Oh. We need the funk. Let me hear you say it then. Gotta have that funk. Everybody say it. We want the funk. I don't hear y'all. Hands up the funk. Come on up here. Get on up. Get on up. Come on. Da, 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 da.
officially welcome you to the Office of Cable Television, Film, Music, and Entertainment. And on behalf of our wonderful mayor, Muriel Bowser, I would like to present you with a proclamation that reads as follows. Congratulations, George Clinton, dated February 21st, 2017. Whereas George Clinton is a singer, songwriter, band leader, and record producer, and whereas George Clinton started his career as a staff songwriter for Motown in the 1960s, in the 70s, George formed a group known as Parliment-Funkadelic, P-Funk, who became known for their funk, soul, and rock style music. And whereas in 1982, George Clinton launched his solo career and produced albums for numerous artists to include Bootsy Collins and the Red Hot Chili Peppers. And whereas during George Clinton's illustrious career, he has recorded hits to include Atomic Dog, Loopzilla, Do Fries Go With That Shake, and he has worked with some of the most influential artists in the music and showbiz industry. And whereas today we recognize George Clinton as a musical icon and thank him for his style of music that has continued to influence and inspire today's artists. Now, therefore, I, the mayor of the District of Columbia, do hereby congratulate George Clinton for his contributions to the music industry. Signed, Muriel Bowser, Mayor of the District of Columbia. Perfect.
Thank you, and I'd like to give you some more music. I got the fellas here and the girls.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, we're ready.
We'd like to show our appreciation.
Thank you. Thank you again.
Everybody, come on out here and dance. Come on. For the dog that chases his tail will be dizzy. Here's a clap. Let me hear the clapping dog. Rhythmic dog, harmonic dog, house dog, street dog. Oh yeah! Dogs of the world, you dogs of the world. Dancing dog. Yeah. Cow dog. Funky dog. The atomic dog.
Now, I don't know if the roof's still on, But that was one amazing show. Thanks to our guest, George Clinton, and Parliment-Funkadelic, and to my co-host, Michel Wright.
And thank you so much. Thanks to all of you. Thank you to DJ Sid over there. Thank you to Dangerously Delicious Pies for feeding us all. And thanks to all of you for watching. Ferman and I will see you again next time on the 202.
Home of that good live music. Live on set, live audience approves it. The best hosts that don't get no tighter. Ferman and Michel can't get no brighter. Taxation, no representation. But the 202 repping for the capital nation. So from 703 to the 301. Yeah, we all come to have some fun. It's the 202.
It's the 202. This the 202.
It's the 202.
This is how we do when we party in the 202.
Yeah, it's the 202.
Yeah. This the 202. This the 202.
It's the 202.
Yeah. This the 202. This the 202.
It's the 202.
This is how we do when we party in the 202.
It's the 202. It's the 202. It's the 202.